I don't know why I had Taylor Swift shake it off of my head for a second there. State of me. Ever wondered how an average carp angler could get on in an actual carp match on a notorious big fish carp water? Well, stick around and enjoy myself trying to navigate through some competitive fishing. Come on, you slags. On Manor Farm at the notorious Linear Fisheries. I had been entered on behalf of the European Adaptive Angling Group into a charity match for the RNLI. Like any match, we all huddled together for the draw, and I managed to land peg 10. This was a pairs match, so doubled up with me was a fellow angler, Mark. Peg 10 is quite a spacious peg on Manor Farm, with a lovely new wooden decking to fish from. With some time before we could put the live rods in, it was essential that I had a lead around to try and find some suitable fishing spots. There appeared to be quite a bit of weed still in the lake between 21 and 16 wraps. The match has actually officially started. It's the 11 o'clock, horn's gone, and typical fashion, my first ever match. I'm behind. I am way behind. I have not got any bait out yet. I haven't got any rods set up yet. I have been marking around and found an okay spot at 22 wraps. That's my limit. That's all I can fish from this swim at peg 10. It's basically on the back of a weed shelf, so it's behind it. Hoping I can fish that. I'm going to put a lot of bait out. Manor Farm is renowned for just bait and weight. I'm going to put a big old amount of worm and corn out. Raining, of course. And I've obviously just had my first disaster of this trip. I've got my bloody protein shake. Whew. Right, that's a lot of chopping, but I've really chopped it up small, and you can tell when you chopped it up nice and small because the mud gets sopping wet with those amino acids. So yeah, they get absolutely sopping wet. It's not too much worm, but we're going to stack the bucket full of sweet corn now, and we'll see how we get on. With the worm finally chopped, it was time to get a big bed of bait out onto the spot.
Stick them out there and then throw the bait over the top. If I can nick a bite. I'm gonna get drenched. I'm gonna get drenched.
Now, some of you might not get this. I actually had my first win quite quickly on the trip.
Ha 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 ha! Ha! Look what the boy has found! Oh, that's made me so much happier. Just after I've got a whole green bucket of bait out of worm and corn. Oh, protein.
The rain continued to pelt down, and you know what? We saw our first sign of life.
Oh. See that? Yes, they're like mid-rate. That's where the weed bed is, I'm sure of it. Right, as me and Mark were just talking, we've just seen a fish bosh at probably about 15, 16 wraps. And to be fair, we've been seeing them quite showing quite close in. I know I put a load of bait out, but what I'm gonna do is just start off by chucking it. I've got a solid bag on, loop to loop, straight on, and I'm gonna cast it around that range. Right, so the rod going out on the spot. Pink OG fish pop up with a little couple of worms on top of it. That's going to be the rod going out on the bait spot for now. Pickering rig, done me well in the past. Hopefully it can put us on Manor Monster. I feel like a lot of this vlog is going to be me and the bivvy. Oh, big bosh. I'm absolutely Marvin. So what's on the menu today? We've got a packet of Ben's original Chinese fried rice. So we'll fry up some of that, but first we're gonna put on some meat. Right, the rain's starting to come down a bit heavier now, and they are dolphin showing out there. I think they're more to my left. They're not really above, like over me. They're more over Mark, on Mark's side. Oh, look at this though, this will cheer me up. Some pork chop and rice. Ah, God, the plate's hot. Thing with metal plates, isn't it? put it on my leg, and I'm pretty sure I've just done a 2nd-degree burn on it.
And after a good long watch of fish showing, I had to think of a plan to become more proactive.
Chat to Mark, come up with a bit of a plan. So Mark's only got 9-foot rods on him, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter because the fish are showing closer in. They're showing about 15 to 18 wraps out. Basically where it's nice and clear. So what we're going to do, I'm going to get the marker rod out. I'm just going to lead up, make sure I can find a nice big clear spot roughly where we've been seeing them, and we're going to put a load of bait on it, and then that's going to be like the sort of closer in spot which Mark can then clip up to, fish on it accurately. If fish start coming off on it, because we're working as a pair, we can put 2 rods on that spot, maybe even 3, and hopefully we can start hauling them in. Bry, he's just landed the first fish of the tournament, it looks like. So he's in pegs 4 and 5. Good on him. I see George is spotting out his bait for him now. But yeah, so well done, Bry, mate.
Before we put bait out on a short range spot, however, I decided to put a fresh solid bag out, and boy, the carp sure showed me they weren't far away. With all the rods reset out onto the spots now, we were back to the waiting game as the rain continued to pour down.
Like I said, I think I'm going to be doing most of this vlog from inside the bivvy, chucking it down, but the pressure is supposed to drop tonight, so that's a good sign. But yeah, they are out there, which is good to see, but let's see if they get their heads down on the munch. And if we do get a bite, depending on what spot it was, what spot it's on, the 17.5 or the 22, we'll just move both rods to that spot. In the meantime, I'm going to sit back in the lovely dry bivvy and try and chill out for a bit, I think, because I'm soaked, I'm tired, I've got plenty of solid bags that I could be tying up. Right, we're going to get to, look at this, by the way, some new stash that was given to me. I'll take that, a bit of commando tackle, I think, is on the back of it, but it's getting to about 5:30 now. It's been quite quiet. The fish have died down in terms of their boshing. The rain really kick-started them when they were starting to bosh. And now they've sort of quietened down. So hopefully that means they're getting their head down, like Mark said. In terms of tonight, it's because I was just using worm and corn originally on the baited spot. I mean, there's loads of roach in here. They probably would have demolished a lot of that, especially with the worm in it as well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start chopping up some worm, get them some more bait prep. Nowhere near as much as what I first put out, just to top her up. So maybe about 15, 20 spoms, something like that. Reset the rods. I might get 2 on the baited spot, I think, now for this evening. Bring in a solid bag rod, put 2 out there on the baited spot. We'll go from there. But it's just nice that the rain's died down a bit. So I might actually be out, get out here and actually show you a bit of fishing rather than me just sitting in my bivvy, miserable, tying solid bags. Sweet home Alabama.
With some more bait ready to go out, and even though the rain had died down, we had a new enemy to contend with. That Storm Amy crosswind.
To be fair, that wind is... Oh, see that bosh? Did you see that? Just past it though. That's probably about 28 wraps. Oh, that crosswind, man. Oh, it goes so far to the left when it hits the clip.
With some more fresh baits put out, Mark had decided to show off some of his on-the-bank cooking skills.
So Mark, my partner in crime, is spoiling me with what we made, mate. We made chicken fajitas. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Look at those. Look at those. They're going to eat these so quick. Mmm, they're bloody good.
And before we knew it, the first day on the actual carp match was coming to an end. It was a shame we couldn't capitalise on any of the showing fish throughout the day. However, we were slightly hopeful we might have had a surprise bite during the night.
Sorry to interrupt this video, but as you remember, when I was on B2 last time, I actually ran a little giveaway competition for guessing the weight of 2 fish. Well, 2 out of the 3 fish that I caught. And actually no one actually got the exact weight for either of the 2 fish. But we do have 2 people that got the closest. Now, the first fish actually only weighed 20 pounds and 8 ounce. And the person that got the closest to that, who's won the giveaway, the actual Parker Baits bundle giveaway, that's Shane Riddle 5324. So that's Shane Riddle 5324. Mate, so Shane, well done, mate. Congratulations. If you give me a comment on Instagram, give me a DM, and we'll get that Parker Baits bundle range to be sent to you. Right, the second fish. So the second fish actually only weighed 27 pounds and 8 ounce. And the person who got the closest to that weight is Mike Burrow 3707. So that's Mike Burrow 3707. Well done, mate. Congratulations, and same again. Drop me an Instagram DM and we'll get that Tommy's Tackle voucher sent your way. Let's carry on with the video. Well, good morning, everyone. It was, I'd like to say it was a quiet night for me, but I was rudely awoken at about 4:30 with probably the world's biggest bream. At least I know that spot is fishing okay. There is a presentable bait there for fish to pick up, but it just means I know if there was one bream there, there was going to be more there chomping at that sweet corn and worm out there. So I'm definitely going to have to put a bit more bait out this morning. And as you can see, the wind has still picked up this morning. It is It has changed direction. It was blowing down to the pegs like 8 and 9 yesterday, and now it is just hacking it into peg 1. Peg 1 is also now in the lead on this match. He's had about 3 or 4 fish, one of them being a 42, so he is smashing it in there in peg 1. Plan of attack this morning, cut up a lot more worm. I've already got the corn out, a few kilos of corn defrosting, get them out, put it with a worm. I'm going to put a hell of a lot more bait out on the spot. But as you guys know, with anything I do, first things first. Beautiful. My first ever carp match I've been in. All I wanted was a photo with a carp with those weird boards behind me. That's all I wanted.
Right, with it being a fresh day and the sun shining, I got straight back to it by cutting up some more juicy worms. But before I could get them all out onto that spot, Mark was still trying to seduce me with his cooking.
Look at this. Chef Mark, full English, on the bank. Top man, Mark.
With that bacon and the rest of the fry up getting absolutely demolished, I was keen to get that spod rod out again.
Here we go then, boys. Right, full English down. This worm is ready to go out because it's all chopped up. I put about 5 kilo of corn with it, so it's pretty much that whole green bucket there. I got a new shock leader on the spawn because the swan decided to wrap itself up on my shock leader yesterday and my spawn and snap me off. But we got the spawn back and we got the shock leader off the swan, so this is how windy it is. Look how much it's done my spawn around there. Yeah, new fresh shock leader on, which needed to be because I said my finger was literally wearing it thin. A few girls in Bristol know about that. Right, let's see if I can hit my camera with the spawn. Did it hit the camera? No!
After dropping a healthy bucket of bait onto the spot, I decided to rest the swim and use those facilities that Linear were famous for.
Yeah, how many YouTubers give you this sort of update?
And after that, actually head round to the other side of the lake to see how the rest of the boys were getting on. And there were some controversies.
Right, we'll see the boys in peg 2 of this match. Now peg 1 is having a flyer. They've had 3 fish, but I've just had some information and I want to know what everyone thinks about this. So I've had a look at the boundaries for peg 2, and peg 2 on Manor Farm is quite literally probably about that. It probably is about that big tree. That's being generous.
Yeah, being well generous.
So generous around here to about like there. So the guys in peg 1 have been fishing there, but they're supposed to just be off the edge of the corner over here, and that's where they've had the fish.
Throwing their toys out when we went a little bit further left.
Controversial times of matches, mate. There's always arguments about boundaries, isn't there? Always arguments about boundaries. What do you guys think? Are they out their boundaries getting those fish? Let me know. Comment section below. Oh, we like a bit controversial. That was a bloody carp.
Right there.
Dom, a carp has just come out at 8 wraps.
Showing 3 wraps off the trees. I had a spot
Yeah,
right
mate.
at night.
Oh, have you got baited spots out there?
I had a spot 3.5 wraps out there all night.
Don't blame me, mate.
They were showing.
Yeah, that is literally 8 wraps. Not even that, 6 wraps.
That. Yeah, I know. They've been right out, coming right
That's
in.
mental, mate. You've got them all down here, haven't you?
Yeah.
All down here.
But I've got a spot baited 3.5 out there. 3.5 wraps. Just out in line with that.
Wow.
3.5 wraps.
That's mental. Obviously, guys, Dom Haynes, Outdoors Angler. Make sure you go check out his YouTube channel. You might recognise him for fighting the biggest pussy in the world.
The hair's gone.
The hair's gone.
Hair's gone.
He got rinsed online about his hairdo, so he's now cut his hair off. But obviously, it's not because of the pressure you guys put on him. He wanted to do it. He wanted to do it.
After a little match social, we all headed back to our swims. However, I noticed I had a bloody crack in my spawn rod after the absolute beasting I had given it all year. Luckily, a few weeks later, Mike from MAR Custom Rods did an awesome job fixing this up for me. I'll have to make a little short on this later on, so keep an eye out because trust me guys, it's extremely satisfying watching a rod get repaired. I don't know why.
We're back in the swim now. Everyone's had their rods out. They're boshing so much in that swim in pegs 1 and 2. Also, cheers Commander Carp. The Commander Carp boys, they've given me a couple packets of hooks. Go-to thing, so I'm using the wide gapes, the size 4s. And obviously the dagger suture shank. Now they're basically it's a very similar pattern to the Corda crank hooks, and I do like using them, but these look like they're very sharp out of the pack, so I'll keep a pack of them. Rods, gonna get the rods out. Now what I've done, I've taken the fake corn off them because of the bream last night. I know the spots are fishing and there are fish there, so I'm going to basically get both rods on the spot, dead on, and I'm going to leave them probably but I put on 18mm OG Fish hardened hookers. So these bad boys, the Parker Baits hardened hookers, topped off with a bit of fake corn on each, pink on one and an orange on the other, because I know they're two colours that do well at Manor Farm. So the hardened hookers, 18mm, to hopefully avoid any nuisance fish. Gonna put those rods out now. Let's get cracking. The wind is insane. And also, Jared from Solid Bag Angling Solutions, he's actually let me borrow his spinning rod. And he's had a couple pike out of it, and there are some monster pike in it. And because he was only fishing two rods for the carp, I can use that spinning rod to have a little play around. So let's see what we can do.
With 18mm hard hookers now on to try and avoid those pesky bream, I managed to get the rods back out onto the spots quite comfortably. Once the rods were out, I also turned to a mid-range spot at about 19 wraps for Mark to fish on. This is because the day before we'd obviously been seeing quite a few of them bosh around this area.
I might just leave my rods now till tomorrow morning. They both landed exactly where I wanted. Maybe I'll bring them in once more, we'll see. In the meantime, I might get the old chest mount camera on because it's raining, it started tipping it down again. And have some fun with that spinning rod, see if we can get a little jack pike to look at.
Yep, this is what it had come to, by the way. On my first ever carp match, I found myself with a little spinner rod spinning for pike. However, at least this seemed like it's going to be quite a productive way of fishing.
Swim's alright, nice and smooth. Right. Can't believe this. Carp fishing match and I'm spinning for pike. What is the world coming to? I've got one! First cast! First cast! Oh, it's come off! It come off first cast! I was literally happy! First cast! There you go. No! Oh, it come off again! Oh god, I'm losing them. 3 lost. Come on. See if we can get him back. Come on, you slags. Oh,
You just know when some days just aren't really meant for you and everything just seems to be going wrong. This was one of those days. I tell you what, that angler's stubbornness got the better of me. And I kept on going. And eventually...
I got one! Hey! I think we should take a photo of this bad boy. Oh, he's like a little snake. Off she goes. Gosh, nailed that. There she is, just sitting there.
With the spinning rod now retired, it was back to the waiting game to see if the carp were going to give me a break. My nerves started to creep as time quickly crept away and the rods remained motionless. I was running out of time.
Right, we're actually coming into the final evening. It's the last day of the match. It's been a pretty poor match front on my end. Right, let's get the remainder of these worms in here. Get them in. I'm gonna chop them up, put them out for tonight. Be nice and juicy. Couple kilos of corn, put a big bed of bait down for the night, give them the food that they want out there, and you never know, we might get a big old carp moving in over. That's it, both rods are out, Mark's rods are out. It's our last roll of the dice here on peg 10. We're going to try and grab one tonight hopefully, and hopefully all it takes is just one of us to get a bite, because if we get a bite here at Manor Farm, the chances of it being an absolute monster are so high. So yeah, see what happens tonight, eh? Oh well, that is it. That is my time at Manor Fishery for the charity match for the RNLI coming to an end. It's definitely been a bit of a weird one. I've caught 2 species of fish and none of them have been carp. I've got about an hour left, so the rods are still in the water for now, but it's not looking likely I'm going to get a bite. The fish this side of the lake have just not been coming out. I'm not sure if anyone's caught on this side of the lake actually. It's all been on the other side, so pegs 8 to 1 all of them have been smashing it. I know 16, Jared from Solid Bag Angling Solutions, he managed to steal one in the end, so well done, mate. And George from Commando Tackle, he's smashed it and got a 40, I think, last night. So it's been a bit of an odd one. It wasn't what I expected a match to be. It's probably because it was a charity match. It didn't really feel that competitive, so it's a nice, easy, laid-back going sort of approach. Part of me is still thinking that maybe I should enter into a competitive match just to see what it's like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you want to see me in an actual proper carp match where it's I'll pay to get in, and then there's some prize money to be had at the end of it. See if an absolute amateur like me can steal a competition. Now that'd be mental if I could. Well guys, I know it's been a bit of a roller coaster this session and maybe not as quick paced and as fun as some of the other videos, but I hope you still enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and if you did enjoy it, make sure you like the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And in the meantime, drop your guts, grab your nuts, and I'll see you on the bank. See you in the next one.